Welcome back to Leeds lately. This is going to be an FA Cup game, and let's hope we actually get through the FA Cup this time. A couple of years ago, we went out to Crawley, which was embarrassing, but I'm hoping now we've got a different manager and different team, that curse isn't still lingering over us, and we actually managed to get through and have a little bit of a cup run. A quarter-final, I'd be ecstatic because we'd have actually done a little bit of something in the FA Cup. So I've got big hopes for this game, and I really do hope that we win. We've got Gelhardt starting, so obviously that is his big chance to try and get a goal or two. There's been rumours apparently that Gelhardt might be going on loan to Swansea, so we'll have to see on that one. But he starts today. Let's hope he gets a couple of goals for his confidence. But this is not going to be an easy task, is it? Because we know how hard the Championship is, and Cardiff are probably going to sit back and try and nick goals on the counter attack. Don't know much about Cardiff's team, to be honest, about the players that they have in there. But Leeds United are a Premier League side, and we have some very, very good players. Oh. I think my timer's gone a bit wrong there. There we go. We're linked up now with the thing. Welcome everybody, the chat. Alex and Rob, welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining me again. Love a good cup run, Alex is saying. It's a must win for confidence. Yeah, I think this is a good game to get a bit of confidence behind us as well. If we're able to get a result, then the boys will obviously have a little bit of confidence going into the next games. Rob saying he'd be happier if it wasn't against Cardiff. Promises to be a bruising encounter, which we don't really need. Yeah, there's a possibility of picking up some injuries in this game, and we are playing a fairly strong side, even if not full strength, but we're still fairly strong side. So I would like to see us not pick up any injuries from this game. It's interesting to see how Firpo will do today, because obviously he's been out of the side even when he's been fit again. But Strauch is actually in his ideal position of left centre back. Might suit Joffrey's solid compact body shape. Yeah, it might do. It might be the sort of thing where he can bounce off his players and wriggle in between those big defenders and try and get shots off. So yeah, like I said, I hope this is a game for Joffrey, and I hope he does really well. I think Nonto's the same sort of thing as well, really. Even though he's quick and he's darting in and out, Somerville picks up the ball and they're coming into the box now from the left-hand side, battling against the Cardiff defender, but he's still got the ball and he's giving it to JB. JB shoots. JB, oh! I tell you what, that is a very good effort from Darko JB. Somerville brings the ball down after an excellent crossover to him, cuts inside, manages to keep the ball really well against a strong defender, gives it into JB, takes one touch out of his feet and curls it just around the goalkeeper's far post. That's really, really positive and bright start there from Darko JB and Somerville. Darko JB's not really the same sort of player as as Click, but you could start to see him get a little bit more game time now that Click's gone, or is going to the MLS. Good header won there by Llorente into JB's feet. JB with the ball now, carries it into Brendan Aronson, gives it back to JB, and JB keeps the ball. JB does really well until he passes it straight to a Cardiff player, but Sam Greenwood's done well to pick it up, and Leeds have still got the ball with Joffrey on the edge of the box. Joffrey's put it into the box to Brendan Aronson. Brendan Aronson's brought down, but no penalty. JB looks quality to me. Rob's saying it might be the bright side of losses of losing Click that we see some of the younger boys. Yeah, I do hope to see JB a little bit more. I mean, £5 million, although not a massive amount of money in modern Premier League, is a little bit of money. So I'm hoping that he gets a little bit more game time this season. And the thing is about an FA Cup run as well, if we manage to keep it, it means that people like JB could probably play every round and keep getting game time in there, and that will be really promising for those players. Really good for them to get first team minutes under their belt. Cardiff just trying to play their way out of danger here, but they've played it straight into Pascal Struijk's feet, giving it into JB again. JB seems to be a bit of a pendulum in midfield. Everything's going through him at the moment, so that's really impressive for someone so young to be controlling the midfield like he is. Playing alongside Sam Greenwood as well, who obviously we've seen his quality before. Another long ball out to Somerville on the left-hand side. He looks to take on his man and come inside the box. He's weaving in and out, and he puts a excellent ball across the box, but there's no one there to get it in the end. Nobody on the end of it. And this is what I was saying in my video about Jorginho Rutter, that he's a sort of player who will be in the centre of the box at the right time because he is a striker. So it's his striker's instinct to be in the centre of the box. And if he's there, he scores chances like that. And when we've got delivery like that, you're going to score goals if you're stood in the middle there. And we just don't seem to have anyone there. He's just passing the ball all the way back to Robles, who obviously is getting a little bit of game time. I think this is only his second game. I think he played against Wolves in the Carabao Cup, didn't he? But other than that, this has been his only game. Roscoe is saying Cardiff making us look like prime Brazil. Yeah, but I think their tactic is going to be to sit back and then try and hit us on the break. But I feel that we may have too much quality in the likes of Nonto, Somerville, Aronson, Gelhardt in those positions for them to keep us out, because Somerville at the moment seems to have the better of his fullback. Struijk tries to pass it all the way back to Robles, but puts too much on it after under pressure by a Cardiff player, and it goes out for a Cardiff corner. Martin Cook saying, hope you're going to whip the tactics board out at half-time, Max. I'll switch to Just Jove over out. But good-humoured panic stations, if not. Yeah. Yes, the tactics board may come out if things are going wrong or things are going very right. But at the moment, it looks a bit like it's individual brilliance from the likes of Somerville and Nonto and those sorts of players that are going to maybe get us into this game. But ball in from a corner from Cardiff, and he goes through everyone and out for a Leeds goal kick. I feel like I'm going to be having a little closer eye on Darko JB in today's game and see what he does, because at the moment it seems to be that all the midfield play, not all of our play in general, is going through JB, and I think that's really impressive for someone so young, and I think he's really dictating play and not giving the ball away and stuff. Rob saying, I think if we can get clear of the relegation calculations, see more of the younger boys. It's hard to give the young boys a go when every game feels like a final. I totally agree with that. When you're playing against, I don't know, even Bournemouth and Villa and Forest and teams like that, maybe late on in the season you try out some of the younger players, and when I say younger players, I mean the ones that aren't already getting regular game time, like the likes of JB and stuff, and Drama maybe. But I think, yeah, when it feels like every game is a must win or a must get at least some points for, you don't really want to risk putting those young players in, especially, I mean, I think someone commented the other day saying that Drama should start in one of our Prem games, and I was thinking, well, we've got Ayling and Rasmus fit, so imagine if we conceded a goal down that side and Jesse hadn't have played one of our first choice right backs, then you'd have had the questions asked, wouldn't you? So Lee's just clearing the ball here, and Rasmus has it on the right hand side, knocks the ball into Aronson's feet, and Aronson tries to pass it back to him but gives it away. I'm not sure what the best thing for Aronson is, really, whether he needs to play himself back into form by getting game time, or whether he just needs a little bit of a break and then try and fight for his place back once he's been dropped. But obviously this is the FA Cup, so it's a little bit different. But Aronson certainly isn't playing to the height of his potential at the moment, but that doesn't mean that he's not going to. I mean, it could be a good game for him today to do something, so I hope he does. Good little flick by Nonto into Somerville's feet. Somerville trying to run through, but an excellent tackle. Oh, maybe not an excellent tackle. A yellow card for the Cardiff player who's brought him down there, Nelson. Oh, it wasn't Nelson. It was just Nelson that was complaining to the referee. Yes, excellent little flick by Nonto into Somerville's path, and then the Cardiff defender hooks a leg round him and brings him down, Somerville, and Leeds have a free kick about halfway inside the Cardiff half here. Chance to probably put the ball into the box. Tell you what I did appreciate, though, our free kick routines in the West Ham game. It looked like we had a little bit of a different idea of what to do in free kick situations, rather than just either lumping it in the box or lumping it straight at the keeper. It seemed as though we were thinking about it a little bit more and playing little 1-2s and then chipping it into the box and hoping for flick downs. And it seemed like we were creating some set pieces that were aimed to move around the players inside the box. And I thought that was actually really positive and something that we've not really had too much before. Somerville is actually still down here, holding his knee, and seems to be in a lot of pain. He didn't look that horrendous in slow motion or full speed, but that's not to say he hasn't actually really hurt himself. He could have just landed right on his knee. It might be his ankle, actually. The physio's just holding his ankle and twisting it from side to side to see what's painful for him. I think there was. I was going to say I think maybe it would have been a chance to play somebody like Mateo Joseph or Sonny Perkins in a game like this, but given the actual amount of game time that Gelhardt's had recently, I don't think it's enough really for him to not get this game, if you get what I mean. He's only had 30 minutes in the last 8 games or something, so I think he needs a full 90 in his legs, and this is probably a really good opportunity to give him that. And given that Sonny Perkins and Mateo Joseph are probably a bit behind him in the pecking order, it's probably only fair to give Joffy this chance. But maybe late on, if we're winning, you could give Perkins a chance. I don't know if he's actually on the bench, actually. Let's have a look at the lineup whilst it was... yes, so Ayling, Drama, Wober, Rocker, Harrison, Perkins, Rodrigo and Joseph all on the bench here. Just had a friend text me asking me the pronunciation of JB, because some people have been saying Giabi, some people have been saying JB, but I can tell you that it's JB because he actually said it in an interview himself. I think he did an interview in the West Stand when he first signed. Corner comes in here from Sam Greenwood. Somerville falls over, but JB's able to pick it up at the back post, talking of the devil. And he's won another corner for Leeds, so he's done really well there. Yeah, so I think he himself said, my name's Darko JB. Afternoon, Mark. Yeah, no worries. I enjoy doing these. It gives a little bit of something to talk about, doesn't it? And everybody can get involved. So Leeds have got another corner here. Sam Greenwood to whip it in. Sam Greenwood, he's got pretty good corner delivery. We've got some pretty big boys in the box, so... Corner in. It's just about to go to Strauch, and the Cardiff player was able to head it away, and they're now trying to break. But Leeds are trying to stop them in there, and Firpo's done well to win the ball back. But it's judged to have been a foul by Darko JB about a second before that. I think JB just has a little nibble at his feet, and then Firpo comes in and wins the ball fairly. But the first one is already judged to have been a foul. Long ball forward then from the Cardiff goalie. Leeds have got a throw in then about on the halfway line. I hope Firpo has a good game today because he needs it for his confidence. Ball forward from Strauch goes perfectly to Christensen, but Christensen can't get it under control. But it does really well to keep the ball in and gives it to Aronson. Aronson comes inside the box, gives it to Sam Greenwood. Sam Greenwood shoots and blocked into JB. JB plays the ball out wide, but just can't get it to Somerville. I think he rushed his pass a little bit there, and Somerville wasn't able to get on the end of it. But it's positive from Leeds and really positive from Rasmus. The Cardiff player was just a little bit naive there, thinking that he was going to be able to shield the ball out, and Rasmus was able to just come in and take it off him and give it inside, and Leeds did well there to do that. It's weird listening to a Leeds game with Clive Tildesley on it. Like, it just feels like I should be watching England. Well, so far, 15 minutes in, a third of the first half, Cardiff actually have barely been in the Leeds United half, other than one corner that they managed to win, which just went through everyone. But other than that, they've barely even touched our half. Leeds have been really good at keeping them at bay. It'll be interesting to see what the possession stats are at the moment, because I would suspect that Leeds have had the lion's share of it. I hope to see Woba get a few minutes, or Verba to get a few minutes today, actually. I would like to see him come on a little bit later on and see what he can do, because it is always good to get a new sign in their first few minutes, even if it is a few at the end of the game, just to get him on. Ball into the box now for Gelhardt, but it's been picked up by Nonto after a little tackle into JB. JB comes inside the box. JB comes inside the box through everyone, and is an excellent challenge made by the Cardiff defender. But JB did so well there. Quick feet, took it past a couple of players into the box, did really, really well. Nonto picked it up, gave it into JB, took on one, took on two, and then just as he was about to shoot, the player just managed to get back and make the challenge there, and Leeds have got another corner. JB did so well, and I think his shot might have been going in the bottom corner. You know, he was trying to cut across the keeper like you're always taught to do, and I think it might have gone in the bottom corner. I think JB did really well there with quick feet. Corner coming in now then from Sam Greenwood. It's gone over everyone and out for a goal kick on the other side. Tell you what, our corners are horrendous, aren't they? I'd say that Sam Greenwood's probably one of our best corner takers. And there, he's just spooned it over absolutely everyone, and it's gone out for a goal kick. Yeah, it's Jesse Marsh's first ever FA Cup match, and same for Brennan Aronson, Willie Nonto, and some of the other players as well. Do we know what JB's buyout value was? What do you mean by that? Like how much we paid for him? We paid $5 million for him. Cardiff player. JB's been brilliant today. He really has been brilliant. JB has just ran all the way back, tracking his runner, took the ball off him, and then knocked it against him for a Leeds goal kick. He's done excellent there. So far, JB's been man of the match. The release value, I don't think there was one, was there? I thought we just bought him for $5 million during the time that we were selling Calvin to them. Leeds have won the ball back again here in the opposition half. Ball with Sam Greenwood into Gelhardt, back to JB. JB's going to give it back to Llorente. Leeds just looking for a way through this compact Cardiff side. They may have done, but what we paid for him was £5 million, so that may have been his release clause, given that he was only a young player. DAZN España isn't showing this, Ty, so I'm watching you instead of just listening along. Oh, fair enough, yeah. I'll try and make sure I talk about the game as much as possible rather than going off on tangents so you actually know what's going on. Cardiff with a goal kick now then. Sent long again, which I think I'm going to be saying a lot today. Tried to do it to the full back, but it's just gone out of play there. So Leeds have got a throw in about halfway inside the Cardiff half on the left hand side. Rasmus throws it back into Llorente. Llorente and Strauch playing around at the back. Strauch just having a look forward to see if he can find any passes. Manages to knock it long to Rasmus. Rasmus comes back, though. Back into Sam Greenwood. Greenwood into Llorente. Leeds just are going to be trying to figure out a way to get through. Loose pass there from Strauch, and Llorente's took a big whack just inside the Cardiff half. Yeah, I don't think it's too horrendous. Llorente just got there first, and then the Cardiff player sort of body checked him, so it wasn't the studs down the shin or anything like that. It was just sort of a hips into the midriff. Leeds again playing, though, with the ball. Ball with Firpo back into Strauch, but his ball's gone too far for Strauch and nearly to a Cardiff player, but Llorente is able to get there. And now Robles is having to sprint out of his goal almost to the corner flag to get it, and he's knocked it out for a Cardiff throw in. Little bit of nerves and jitters at the back here for Leeds, but Firpo's managed to lump it only to a Cardiff player. Cardiff now with the ball, cutting inside, going past a few players. Rasmus with the ball and manages to hit it out for another throw. And so Cardiff having their first little bit of sustained pressure here. Gelhart's just won the ball off the Cardiff player here, giving it to Gnonto. Gnonto's going to try and look to play it long. It does really well. Plays it down the line for Brendan Aronson. Brendan Aronson facing up against his defender. It's about 4 against 4 here. Aronson passes it inside across the box. Somerville with the ball now. Somerville tries to shoot, but it's blocked. JB's able to recover the ball, though, and picks it up in the midfield. JB's going to look to play a long ball in, and it's a bit of a lazy pass, but Leeds have managed to recover possession anyway. Gnonto coming inside the box now. Trying to cut it across the box. It's nearly dropped for Somerville. Just over the bar. Leaning backward and just off balance. He's curled that one as it fell to him. Hit it first time, and he's just curled it just over the bar. Firpo shows his lack of understanding of our system by kicking a nothing attempted clearance to our far post. Yeah, I don't even know if it's to do with tactical understanding. I think he's just panicking. I think sometimes he just panics and just lumps it. It was a good opportunity there for Leeds, a bit of a scrappy build-up, but the ball dropped for Somerville in the box, but he was just leaning back and curled it over the bar. So it was another good opportunity for Leeds, and potentially we could live to rue these chances because we are creating them. Average age of our starting 11 apparently just over 24 years old. Darko JB with the ball again. Gives it into Strauch. Strauch's probably wondering what's going on in playing into his actual position. It's probably a little bit weird for him. Ball into Gnonto, back into JB, into Aronson's feet. Leeds are pinging it round quickly here, but Aronson loses the ball in midfield. Leeds try to win it back, but Sam Greenwood fouls again. Cardiff with a free kick just inside their own half. Then they've chose to go backwards to their centre halves and they're just playing it around. Gnonto trying to press, but the long ball's been sent forward again. Strauch wins a header. JB wins a free kick. We're kind of suffocating Cardiff a little bit, and when they try to get forward, we're able to just use our players at the back like Llorente and Strauch to win the headers, and then people like Greenwood and JB then pick the ball up in midfield and either win a free kick or get rid of it again. So they don't seem to be able to get forward too much. Aronson's lost the ball again there. And Sam Greenwood's just fouled again. I think he's already on a yellow card, Greenwood, isn't he? He needs to calm it down with those trips and where he's just hitting into people and knocking them over and stuff. I think he needs to calm down a little bit. JB is huge, yeah. Yeah, he does look big, doesn't he? I don't know how tall he actually is. Let's have a look. Darko, JB, height. Why do they always do it in centimetres? We do feet and inches in England. 196 though is pretty tall. Cardiff are coming into the box here and Robles makes an excellent save, but the ball cuts across and Cardiff have scored. Robles makes a save. The ball bobbles across the box, and Cardiff are able to score. Well, didn't you just know it? Leeds against Cardiff. Leeds in the FA Cup. It was always going to happen, wasn't it? Apparently, Darko JB is 6'4". Terrible. Ball goes through. Strauch completely loses his man. He doesn't know that he's even there. And then when he goes round him, the Greenwood inadvertently takes a touch right into Philogeni's path, and he's able to just put it in an open net. I don't think we can say that. I think Aronson's just going through a bad patch and he keeps giving the ball away. I think it's his confidence and stuff. He's only like 22, 23, isn't he, Aronson? And he's got plenty of time. It's just that at the moment, I don't think he's doing particularly well, and he does keep giving the ball away. But we have just shown by that up there what happens if you don't take your chances. We've had multiple chances that have been blocked, that have corners that we've put into the wrong areas or too far over. Somerville's where he fell over and just chipped it over the top of the goal. Leeds really need to take advantage of the chances that they get, because we aren't good at the back. We are not good at the back, and Rasmus has now lost the ball, but it's gone back to Gnonto. Gnonto cuts inside, gives it into Somerville. Somerville to Firpo. Firpo tries to cut it across, but it's cleared by Cardiff. It's just Leeds all over that, isn't it? It is just Leeds all over. We've had sustained attacking pressure. They've barely had a sniff. We've had chances that we should have scored, and now we're 1-0 down. Sounds like the USMNT had some issues at the World Cup with team culture, Rob saying, which might have adversely impacted Brendan. Yeah, I don't know what that was about. Apparently it was to do with Giovanni Reina, the Dortmund player. It's just as Darko JB does really well to turn away from his man, give it into Firpo. Good little interchange between them there. Yeah, so I don't know whether that's affected him or not, or what, but yeah, he's not really been the same since he came back from the World Cup. Gnonto then with the ball on the left-hand side, trying to run at his man. Cuts inside him and wins a penalty. Surely that's a penalty. Is he given that as a dive? Gnonto's got a yellow card for a dive there. He's took it past his man and been tripped over and got given a yellow card. Let's have a look at this. No, he's bumped. No, he hasn't dived. Ali McCoy said he's dived. You can see his knee. You can see the defender's knee hit Gnonto, and that's what trips him. He hasn't dived. He's been tripped by that knee. You can see the reverberations in his muscles when his leg is bumped into by the Cardiff defender. That is a penalty. Let me know if you're down in the chat. It's not a dive. I don't think it should be a penalty, but you have to look at what is given as a penalty in all the other games. Like, that is given as a penalty on any other day. Any little contact, that gets given as a penalty. Pascal Strout's now got a yellow card as well. Leeds are falling apart again. Leeds are falling apart again. He does touch him. I don't know if it's enough for him to go down, but he definitely knocks him. So, like, I've seen those given. Like, I don't think that should be a penalty, but in today's day and age of football, that is a penalty because I've seen so many other ones be given. Ball into the box then after that free kick was given from Cardiff. Cardiff tried to chip it in and it's given as a Leeds free kick for offside. I think Gnonto's just trying to win a penalty straight away, which, like, yeah, I don't think he should have gone down, but he did get knocked there. I don't know if it was enough to take him down, but if there's contact and it knocks him, then surely it's a penalty. I don't think it was a yellow card for Gnonto, though, like Rob's saying. Even if it wasn't a penalty, I don't think he's dived. I think he's been hit off balance and fallen over. Truronic saying why we're flapping and panicking against Cardiff reserves. We are awful. Yeah, well, that's the thing. For the first 15, 20 minutes, we weren't. We were all over them. Like, if you just literally just scroll up in the chat, Roscoe said Cardiff making us look like Brazil. Which, yes, for the first 15 minutes, we were all over them, creating chances, keeping the ball. They didn't have a sniff. And then we've gone and given a goal away. And then once we've given a goal away, we've started to panic, even though we were in control. So really, we just need to try and go back to being in control. I think Jesse Marsh is getting a bit angry as well. Leeds are just giving another free kick away there. Chance for Cardiff to put another long ball into the box. Leeds really need to be careful that we don't concede another, because we give ourselves a mountain to climb. And I say it every game. Why do we make it so that we have to... Oh my God, it's into the box. What did I just say? We need to be careful we don't concede another. It's 2-0. It's 2-0. Two-0 to Cardiff after 30 minutes. What's going on? A simple ball over the top, and the commentator saying they couldn't buy a goal in the last few weeks. They've obviously not been scoring either. And is it just a chipped ball over the top? Llorente heads it to the attacker, and he just takes a touch and puts it in the back of the net. But the defending, one chipped ball over the top, and Llorente heads it straight to him, and he's in on goal. Yeah, still plenty of time, still 70 minutes, but what do I say every time I do a live stream? We shouldn't give ourselves a mountain to climb and have to score 3 goals to win every game. We'd have to score 3 in normal time to win this now. And all the Cardiff fans are singing Leeds are falling apart again. Because we are. I mean, we're in the Premier League and you're in the Championship, so pipe down. But we are falling apart. Leeds just needs to calm down a second. Maybe get Verber on, give him a chance to do his leadership that he's supposed to be known for. And see if we can shore things up and then go forward and get some goals. But we really looked like scoring in that first 15 to 20 minutes. We really did. We were all over them and we had a lot of chances. But what we've done is we've not taken advantage of that. We've not capitalised on our period of dominance, and we've conceded, and we do it all the time. I think Llorente's positioning is bad. He doesn't realise that the player's behind him, and if he literally takes one step back, if he's a foot further back, he gets a clean header and it doesn't go through. It gets a clean header and manages to clear it away. Firpo now trying to put a ball into the box. Cardiff managed to clear though, and Rasmus is going to have a throw in halfway inside the Cardiff half on the Leeds right hand side. Pascal Strout then with the ball. Leeds looking up, and every time they do, there isn't much on. Llorente tries to play a long ball over to Somerville, but it's too hard for him, and Somerville isn't able to control it. Strout manages to win that ball. Ball into Greenwood. Greenwood tries to hit it forward, but it's to no one. Headed away again by Cardiff. And again, this is like kicking tennis. It's just the ball's not touched the floor for a while. Now Shea Ojo's running down the left-hand side up against Sam Greenwood. Tries to play a ball down the wing, and Rasmus is able to cover with ease. The Cardiff player's just gone straight through Rasmus there when Rasmus was trying to... That's definitely a yellow card, if not a red. The way he went in there, I'm not joking. Rasmus had already cleared the ball, and the guy went in, studs up on him. This could be what we need. A red card for Cardiff. A red Cardiff. He absolutely nailed Rasmus there, right in the ankle. Llorente shouldn't be in the squad, let alone given a new contract. Robles isn't a professional level keeper. Could see this happening, sadly. I don't think Robles is that bad, and he hasn't really done anything to blame at all, really. I think he's an average professional goalkeeper who's played in the top divisions for pretty much everywhere he's been. I don't think he's horrendous. I don't think he's done anything wrong particularly. He's probably made a couple of good saves. But Llorente, it's just his positioning. He just should have been a few steps back. As soon as he saw that he was about to try and hit it over the top of him, just take a couple of steps back and you win that header, and they're not 1-0 up then. But alas, it has happened, and we're 2-0 down, and we've got to do something about it. So let's hope for a positive reaction here. Well, that wasn't it. Strauss just hit a ball from centre-back over everyone, right to the goalkeeper. Poor ball. Really poor ball. Llorente's contract got upgraded to maximise his sell-on value. Otherwise, he leaves for next to nothing in 18 months. Yeah, that's true. And I honestly think we'll probably only get about 5 million for him anyway. But 5 million's not nothing. For example, we got JB for 5 million, or it could contribute to another Mike Rocker for 10 million, or a Rasmus for 10 million. It could be half a transfer for somebody else that might come in and bolster the squad. So it's worth doing to try and get that extra 5 million, 6 million pounds to help out with our transfers. Marathon Legendele Nemerai saying Leeds making Cardiff look like 2009 Barca. I honestly don't think we're making them look that... They don't look particularly good, but we've just given them chances to score. We just really needed to take advantage of when we had the opportunities, and we haven't done it. So hopefully we have a little bit of a period of sustained pressure again, and we get a goal or two. But at the moment, it doesn't look like it, because Llorente's just given another ball away to a Cardiff player, and now Cardiff are on the break. They've got a man free on the left-hand side if he can find him, but they've had to come back for a good bit of defending from Joffy. He's gone all the way back to the centre-back, and he's passed it all the way out to the left-back. This is really, really disappointing when we were talking about how we'd like to have a cup run before. How is that a Cardiff throw run? Nonto's just challenged Sang, and the ball's just gone out for a... I see the FA Cup from as a brief break from what really matters, the league. Yeah, I mean, it's true, but the FA Cup used to be a really prestigious competition that everybody in the country would want to win, and it was supposed to be the magic of the FA Cup, and it was always supposed to be a good thing, but it's been miserable for Leeds for the last however many years now. I would just like to see us get through a few rounds. Long shot from Bagan. And it's gone way over the bar there, so Leeds will be able to take a restart with Robles. Yeah, I would like to see Leeds have a FA Cup run, though. We all would, just because it's nice to actually have something that's not the league, and it's also a good chance to get some of the good players a good run out in the first team, like JB, who I think's done really well today. Somerville's come all the way inside there and done well, but He's given the ball to JB. JB now plays the ball out wide to Rasmus. If Rasmus can control it here, he's in down the right for a chance to cross the ball into the box, but he's been tackled. And he's done well to win the ball again. And he's won a corner there. He's done really, really well to win a corner there, Rasmus. Excellent battling from him. And he looks like a proper Viking now. He's got mud down his face and all down his arms. And he's screaming for Leeds to have a reaction here. So Sam Greenwood goes over then to take this corner. If we can get a goal just before half-time, it gives us a lot better of a chance in that second half. So let's hope we get a big header on this now. Ball comes in then from Greenwood. Gnonto, the smallest man on the pitch, won the header from that corner, and it's gone straight over the bar. I mean, he could have scored that if... he's about 4 or 5 yards out, and he really could have scored that if he'd have just kept it down. But I don't think he was expecting to win a header from a corner, to be honest. Goal kick now for Cardiff then. 5 minutes to go till half-time. Leeds are 2-0 down at the Cardiff City Stadium. It's really disappointing. But there is plenty of time left, and Leeds can get back into this game, but they need to do it soon. Joffy's done really well to turn his man. He's played the ball into Brendan Aronson. Brendan Aronson lost the race between him and the goalkeeper after a one-on-one was played through. The goalkeeper, Anik, made up a lot of ground there to get to Aronson. That was a good chance for Leeds there. If a little bit less on the pass, and Aronson may have got there before the goalkeeper, but Aronson looked like he gave up a little bit, thinking that the goalkeeper had it. But just sprint your pan out. What can go wrong? Just try your hardest to get there, and I think he just backed out a little bit right at the end. Firpo throws it in then. Aronson with a little chest down. Flicked on by Joffy into Aronson's feet. Aronson out wide to Gnonto then. Gnonto looking like he's want to get a ball into the box here. Ball in, and it's cleared for another Leeds United corner. This is better from Leeds. This is a lot better from Leeds. A lot more positive. Greenwood then to take this one. Taken short into Somerville's feet. Back into Greenwood. Greenwood to now curl it in. Gone through everyone and the keeper's punched it. Cardiff player just in the corner being pressured by Llorente. And he's kicked it out for a Leeds. Oh no, he's not kicked it out. Or he has. I don't think people were quite sure whether that had gone out for a throw-in or not, but apparently it has. Aronson gives it inside to JB from Greenwood. JB across to Firpo. He's trying to spread the play here. Goes back again to Llorente, though, on the opposite side. Leeds looking at a wall of blue ahead of them, but Strout tries to play a long ball into Somerville. It's a bit too much of Somerville he's asking for there. But that's a foul. Firpo was trying to go for the ball, and he was pulled back by a Cardiff player. Cardiff have got a throw in here, though. This is really frustrating because there are moments where you can see Leeds having chances to score, but we're not taking them, and then Cardiff are able to get the ball away. Long ball cleared then. Robles is out quickly to try and clear this one, and he's completely sliced it into the crowd, but it hasn't gone back to a Cardiff player at least. That's all we can say. So the Cardiff right back sang then to take this throw in near the Leeds box. Let's hope for a Leeds counter-attack just before half-time and a goal. Much like the one at Bournemouth where Gnonto played in Somerville. Another Cardiff throw then after a little bit of a battle in the corner. Throw coming in then from Sang. Still hasn't taken it. Now he's taken it, tries to throw it into the corner, and JB pushes his man, but his man managed to get the ball into the box, and an accidental flick from Strout goes all the way through to Robles, who's able to catch. He's looking for options now and rolls it out to Diego Llorente. I just feel that Leeds have got to get a goal before half-time to really give themselves the best chance of coming back in this game. JB with the ball, plays it out wide to Firpo. Firpo to Nonto, back to JB. JB's looking for an opportunity, gives it into Somerville's feet, who gives it back out to Nyonto. Leeds are playing some nice little passes here, but it's not really getting them anywhere. Ball out to Firpo. Firpo plays it tries to play it down the line for Somerville, and it's just cut out. It was a good idea, though, there. Cardiff won the ball back, and Cardiff are going to try and break now with the ball down the line to Ojo. Ojo tries to play it out wide, and Cardiff have still got the ball here. Excellent ball. Just back to Ojo, who overlapped his man. Rasmus and Aronson trying to help each other out. Cardiff fans are now olaying at Leeds' expense. Firpo heads a ball clear, but it goes straight back to a Cardiff player. Cardiff going to try and play the ball down the line here to Sang, the right back. Tries to put it in the box, but Firpo's able to block it. This is really disappointing from a Leeds perspective. So you can see 45 minutes up there. There's 3 minutes added on, which we're 25 seconds into. So I shall let you know when it's half time. Chipped ball up to an offside player, judged to be. If Leeds can't at least get a win, can't at least win a replay or get a replay, does that mean that Jesse is getting the sack? I highly doubt it. I think Jesse's being backed a lot more than that. I don't think an FA Cup game is what is going to keep or lose him his job. It's going to be based on Premier League results, and at the moment we're actually pretty much where we're supposed to be. Really, in the league, we're not having the best games and we're not playing the best, but 17 games, and we are mid-table, firmly mid-table, which is what we said that we were going to be and what the aim was this season, to be mid-table. So I don't think Jesse would get the sack anytime soon unless we actually are in danger of going down. I think they like to back the manager a little bit more at this club than a lot of clubs do. All the recruiting is geared around rotating the promotion squad out and bringing Jesse's squad in. Yeah, and it is, and it's a project, isn't it? It's not something that happens overnight. Some of the players that in that promotion team maybe need phasing out, but maybe even some of the first ones that we signed, like Llorente and Firpo and stuff, they weren't Jesse players, and if we're being honest, they're not good enough. So they could need phasing out as well, probably more than the promotion players, because when Dallas comes back, if he's the same player, he's still going to be a big asset for us. I think Cooper's great to have around the club because he's such a captain and a leader, and he knows what it's like to be Leeds. He just knows it inside and out, really, doesn't he? He's the captain, and yeah, it's good to have players like that in there who are the leaders, especially when you've got so many young players in there. It's good to have those older players who know what it's like and can help those players out. Long ball here from JB. Joffrey tries to win it, but can't quite because he's too small. Ball out to the right-hand side by a Cardiff player, and they've cleared it long down the line. The players don't seem to want it. Yeah, I mean, they did when... they did in the early stages of the game, but since they've scored, we sort of fell apart and have gone a little bit off the boil. Rob's saying if you could see when Click and Ayling were on the field at the same time, they started playing Bielsa ball rather than Jesse's system. Yeah, Click was drifting over to that right-hand side and linking up with Ayling to provide overlaps and stuff, wasn't he? Which is very much what he was asked to do under Bielsa. and sort of reverting to his old thing. And to be honest, those patterns of play that he was doing, they were actually working in that West Ham game, getting Ayling in down that right-hand side. Ball into the box now. We've had the allotted 3 minutes, and it is half-time here. Half-time at 2-0. That's really, really disappointing for me. Really disappointing. I'm going to take my headset off just because there's probably going to be a lot of blooming ITV adverts now. But those of you who are watching this game, I mean, do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? The first 20 minutes we were excellent, and we looked like we were all over Cardiff, and we looked like we were creating a lot. We didn't finish our chances, and then that's meant that they've now gone up the other end and scored, and we've started to fall apart a little bit. We need to get a handle on this. And personally, I think I would like to see Max Verber come on. I think he would be a good person to bring on for Strauch, maybe at left centre-back, because Strauch's on a yellow card. And just to see what he can do. Maybe bring on some of the other attacking options. Maybe Aronson needs a break. I think we just need to have a go at them in this second half. And there's not much to lose now, is there? We're 2-0 down. Just go for it and see how much we can attack. And see how much we can create, because we will score at some point in this game, I think. If we continue to create chances like we were in that first half, we will score. But the 2-0 at half-time is really, really disappointing for me. I'm not happy with that at all, given the way that we were playing in that first 20 minutes. The fact that we've let it slip to 2-0 is a joke. It's really, really disappointing. I think JB was doing really well at being that pendulum in midfield, and everything was going through him, so I was really happy with him. What does everybody think of JB's performance in that first half? Let me know down in the comments, if you're watching it, what you thought of JB in that first half, because I thought he was probably our best player alongside Baby Somerville for the most part, but then Somerville even went off the boil a little bit towards the end of that half, and it's just a little bit disappointing. I mean, we could talk about the defending, especially for the second goal. Let's have a quick talk about that. Which means if Martin Cook is still in the chat, the tactics board's coming out. Let's see if you can actually see it. There we go. Oh, this is from my video the other day, the Jorginho Rutter one, which if you haven't seen that already, I recommend checking that one out before after the stream. So let's say that we had a player here and then a player here, and we were like this. Let's just move some Cardiff players up there, and then let's say the back four was here. Tell you what we might need. We might need a pen, mightn't we? This is what happens when things are live and not pre-recorded. I'm not prepared. After a trick shot there, I managed to catch the pen whilst the bag was dropping. Let's try and get this off. There we go. So the issue was that the ball was here. If you can see that, I hope you can see that. The ball was here, and this player was shaping up to chip it over Llorente into this space behind for this player to run onto. And what Llorente has done is he's sort of been sucked slightly towards the ball. So when it's chipped up, all he's been able to do is just flick it backwards into the path of the defender. But all he needs of the attacker. But all he needs to do in this situation is see that he might be. First of all, check his shoulder. If he just looks there, this player is here, and he knows that he's making a run. The second thing is, if he just looks, he'll realise that player is making that run into the box, and all he needs to do is go, okay, it looks like he's going to try and play it over me, and he just dropped back a few yards. If he then still plays the ball, you can header it away perfectly. If he doesn't play the ball, all you do is straight back out onto your position again. But it's just simple, basic stuff like that where you can see triggers, you can see body shape and body language of somebody shaping up to hit a ball and shaping up to chip a ball in behind. You can see what that is going to look like. So when you do see that, you need to just adjust your body position accordingly. Just drop back a few yards, and then if you do that, you give yourself the opportunity to head the ball away. And so that's really disappointing from that point of view. I'm going to watch the first goal again if I can find it anywhere. I'll tell you what, I bet they're about to play it on the replay now. Oh, tell you what, yeah, I know exactly what the first goal was. So it all came from a ball played in. So say the ball's here, like this, if you can see that again. I see it's not very big, is it? Oh, no, you're not even on the screen, that's why. There you go. What needs to happen is the ball got played like that in the gap behind. And what happened was Strauch is just running towards this ball. Oh, you're right in the light there, aren't you? He was just running towards this ball thinking that he was going to saunter in there, get the ball, come out like that, and then pass it to Firpo and get rid or something. And what he doesn't do, again, second game in a row, is just check his shoulder. It goes all the way past him like this, and he's going like that. And the player's just able to run round him and get the ball because he's not checked in there. And that's the first phase that's an issue. The ball gets played in behind, and then Strauch isn't watching his runner, and the player gets in. The player then gets a shot which bounces off Robles and comes back to him, and then Firpo and Strauch haven't reacted enough, which means that this player here is able to run here, and neither of these have switched on, and the ball's able to just be played straight across like that, and he takes a touch and puts it into the back of the net. And these players don't really have much chance of stopping that because of those things that have already happened in the early stages of that move. So it's the primary thing that I think I keep having an issue with and I keep coming back to is players not checking the shoulder. And for me, that's one of the most basic things you can do as a defender. You just need to look over your shoulder, say, okay, I can see where he's going to make a run from, and you can just adjust yourself accordingly. Strauch on this goal, if he just has a look, he sees that player coming and he can try and get into a better position to block that run. Then he's got a second opportunity to stop it because the ball comes back out to this player. If he then puts himself in between these two players and blocks that off, that pass can't be made and he's able to clear the ball. And it's just simple stuff like that where we should be so much better at it, but we're not, and we're making those mistakes time and time again. And the other one was in the West Ham game where Strauch didn't check his shoulder and the Jared Bowen ran across him. So the ball was out here and these players were all running back towards their own goal. And Scamacca plays a clever pass, and instead of trying to play that pass into the box like that, he plays that pass across the face of goal like that. Obviously, it was in the box. And then Strauch doesn't have a look this way to check where this man is. All he does is just come out to try and kick the ball. And what happens is Bowen, because he's not checked his shoulder, Strauch, Bowen runs straight across him, and Strauch brings him down. Penalty. So it's just checking your shoulder. It's one of the most simple things you can do, but it makes so much of a difference in there. And I said it the other week, when you're talking about people who are elite footballers, if you watch an elite defender or an elite midfielder, let's take Kevin De Bruyne for example, or Andres Iniesta, if you watch videos of them, they say the ball is here and this player is here wanting to pick up the ball, he will check his shoulder 3, 4, 5 times before receiving the ball. He will stand here and here, and he will make sure that these red players aren't close enough to him, or he will just realise that if he checks his shoulder left, he sees this player. He checks his shoulder right, he sees this player. So he knows that when he receives the ball, there's a gap in between them. And what he does is he knows already what his next move's going to be. He can turn, he plays it into that player, and these players are actually free, having a good attack down that side. The same goes for defenders though. It's just the opposite way around. The opposition's got the ball. If you check your shoulder, you know what your next move's going to be. You know exactly what you're going to be able to do next. and it just makes things so much easier, and it's really disappointing when we don't do basic stuff like that correctly, because it should be something that's not needing to be coached at this level, but it feels like we need to go back to the drawing board with our organisational system and our defending, and actually learn how to do these simple things and where to stand and where to be, because it might be patronising for the players, but they're not doing it right at the moment, and something needs to change. I don't know whether that's because Jesse himself isn't great at defending situations. He was a holding midfielder himself, so he should be good at knowing where the holding midfielder should be. But in these defensive situations, I don't think he really knows how to organise a backline and how to organise a defence. And I think that's why he needs some help in there. People are saying that Mark Jackson was a defender in his time. Doesn't necessarily mean that he was an excellent coach. He didn't particularly defend to an elite level, did he really? So it's one of those where we are, and he's gone now as well, so we're going to have to try and get somebody in here who actually knows what they're doing defensively as a coach as well as a player. Now, somebody's mentioned Max Wöber in the chat. Can Max Wöber deal with this problem? I think he's a help. I think he'll definitely help in there. I think he's a leader, and what he will do is he will boss around the players around him. I think a difference is with players like Strauch, Koch, Firpo, they need telling. Then there are players that are the commanded as opposed to the commander. So they will do what they are told based on what their other players telling them. So, for example, say you've got Max Wöber in this left centre-back position. He's telling Robin Koch what to do. He's telling Firpo what to do, or Strauch. He's telling Rasmus what to do. He's pulling his defending midfielders back. He's saying, right, Mark Rocker, I need you back there. Adams, I need you back there. They're somebody that a communicator, a proper communicator, talking to these players all the time, telling them where he wants them to be, where he wants them to go, I think could be a massive help. And I think that Max Wöber is that type of player who could really help us out in those situations. So I do want to see him come on in this game. I'd like to see what he's about. Apparently he's not the fastest, but he's a good leader. He's strong in 1v1 situations, and he's a good communicator. So that's what I want to see. I want to see Max Wöber come on at some point and see if he can organise us a little bit better at that back. The whole backline needs to be rebuilt. Not a single centre-back is even at average level for the Prem. I'm not sure I necessarily agree. I think it's a mixture of the fact that our defenders maybe aren't particularly good enough, but they're really not helped by their positional sense in terms of what they've been taught to do in this system. I don't think it's good enough. I don't think it's the way to play in the Premier League. We've just shown it's not even the way to play in the Premier League. It's not the way to play against anyone, because you will be punished. On a positive from this half so far, this advertises a January window to our owners board. We know we need players. Yeah, that's true. And we've got one on the bench which we can bring on. And then we're talking about Jorginho Ruta as well, who I have done a video on. If you want to check that out after the stream, I recommend doing that. It's one of my better videos. And it just shows you how he will actually fit into this team and what sort of player he is. Jamie Miller's saying, no shots on goal, can't string more than two passes together, losing the ball too easily. Is Gelhardt actually playing our defence? His pants, Lorente, Christensen and Strauch are all a liability. Yeah, the thing is, we had chances. We created chances. We created quite a few in that first half. I don't need to be holding this anymore. I don't know why I'm still holding it. We created a lot of opportunities in that first half, but we didn't put them in the back of the net, and that's the biggest thing for us, is that we had those chances. Somerville at the back post, leaning back, hitting it over the bar. You need to be scoring those chances, and we would have been 1-0 up in this game, and I'm not sure they would have gone and got their goals at the other end had we done that. I think, like I said, at risk of repeating myself, it's not just that all our defenders are terrible. I think it's a mixture of them not being coached in a system that is effective for defence in the Premier League or in the Championship or at any level, and I think really we need to have a rethink of the way that we defend in situations. We're pretty good going forward, but defensively we need to have a think about the way that we do things. Leeds are now coming back out for the second half, so the headphones will be going back on now. And the second half is probably about to start imminently. So let me get the second half timer ready. It's not kicked off yet, don't worry. I'm just setting the timer up ready. So it doesn't look to me as though Leeds have made any substitutions at this moment. Not that I can see anyway. I mean, ITV's picture is never fantastic, is it? It's never 4K or fully HD. It's a bit blurry, but it doesn't look like to me we've made any substitutions yet. Hopefully we make a few a bit later on in the game. Second half has just kicked off then at the Cardiff City Stadium. 2-0 at the moment to Cardiff. And let's hope that we can get back into this game, because so far we have not been good enough. Strout with the ball at the back then. Strout's on a yellow card, and so is Sam Greenwood, I think. Willie Gnonto's on a yellow card. Joffy maybe as well. I know he made a few challenges. I don't think he's on one, but Leeds need to be careful that they don't get a player sent off here, because we make a normal mountain to climb into Everest if we do that. JB with the ball then. Plays it out wide to Firpo. Firpo into Gnonto's feet. Gnonto's going to have a look to try and pass it down the line to Aronson, but Aronson's cut back on his run. Gnonto tries to come inside but loses the ball, but Leeds have managed to recover it okay here. Did they just skip the first 30 seconds of the second half? No. I'm confused. No. Why did my timer say that? It just it started normally. It was fine, I think. Aronson then gets the ball. JB tries to come down the line and tries to get the ball into the box here, but he's tackled. And the clearance from the Cardiff player hits Aronson and goes out for a goal kick. If you haven't liked the stream already, I'd really appreciate it if you could like the stream. Helps it get out there to more people. My coverage just went from the sprinklers to 45-37 in one frame. Oh, right. Yeah, I suppose it might be different in Australia, mightn't it? We're watching it on ITV, or at least I am. Ball sent long then from the Cardiff goalie, but it's easily dealt with by Strout. Gives it into JB. JB loses it out, but Cardiff have won the ball again, trying to play it down the line. But Llorente's won it this time. Sam Greenwood into Rasmus Christensen, and it's gone out for a Leeds throw-in. Oh, it's gone out for a Cardiff throw-in, actually. 47-15 then here. Yeah, I think I've got it pretty much lined up. Cardiff throw-in then. Tries to go down the line, but Leeds are able to clear it, only back to a Cardiff player, and it's now out for a Leeds throw-in. Rasmus then, looking to take this throw-in, just trying to gain as many yards as possible, walking forward, being a bit cheeky there. And he's gone all the way back to Llorente anyway, so there was no point in doing it. Llorente into Christensen. Sam Greenwood, I can't think of his name there. Sam Greenwood gets a ball into feet and just plays it into touch instead of to his man, and it's just sums up what's been happening so far, really. But it does look as though Somerville may have swapped wings with Gnonto. Or maybe we've had a little bit of a change of formation. It looks like we might have two up top now, with Gelhardt and Gnonto both being up top. Gelhardt tries to play a ball into Aronson, but it's not able to set up a counter-attack. JB now though, can't speak now. Striding forward the ball, Yaya Toure style, but he's cut out there. Ball from Christensen right into Gelhardt's feet. He's done really well, but Gelhardt's been brought down here, but managed to get back up again about 3 times and get the ball back. Ball with Firpo on the left-hand side then. Back into Gnonto. Gnonto gives it to Aronson. Aronson's going to try and chip it into the box here. Gets it to the far post with Christensen. Christensen heads it in, but it's headed away by Cardiff. Comes back to Sam Greenwood. Heads it back in. Back out again by Cardiff. It's gone out for a Leeds throw-in by Jesse Marsh's technical area. Very, very scrappy at the moment. But if Leeds can get just one of these chances to drop, I feel like Cardiff are now going to sit in and try not to be too expansive. So it may be a chance for us to go hell for leather, really, and not have much repercussions. Joffy picks up the ball now, gives it out to Christensen. Christensen gives it back to a Cardiff player. We give the ball away far too often, but Sam Greenwood's made an excellent tackle there, and Leeds are able to attack again. Aronson gives it into to Gelhardt, back to Christensen, into Greenwood, and Greenwood's fouled there for a Leeds free kick. First 5 minutes then in this second half, and it's been all Leeds. But we haven't created anything really fantastic from it. Cardiff have defended fairly well. Free kick halfway inside the Cardiff half then. Greenwood's going to hit it into the box. It's a decent delivery towards the back post. Strauch gives it to Somerville on the edge. Back to Strauch. Strauch's going to try and get the ball into the box there. It's an excellent ball, and Joffy's header is towards the near post, but caught by Anik in the end. But that is a lot better. Decent delivery from Strauch, decent header from Gelhardt, but it's just too close to the goalkeeper, and he's able to catch it. That's a lot better there from Leeds. Look like we're trying to create things now. Llorente is able to get the ball all the way back to Robles there after a good tackle. Stroud gives it into JB then. JB trying to drive forward and get something going here. Gives it into Nonto's feet, but Nonto's taken out from behind. Not adjudged to be a foul. Ojo with the ball now. Cardiff are trying to have their first counter-attack of the second half. Been knocked over by Somerville, but was barely a touch, and he's gone down there. But nonetheless, Cardiff have won a free kick here, and it's taken quickly. Comes inside to Ojo again, out wide. Greenwood wins it though off him. Tries to pass it inside, but it's deflected for a Leeds throw-in next to the Cardiff technical area. I think Aronson will really benefit. I'm just looking back at the chats before someone was saying how Matt Goodall saying that Aronson can't hold onto the ball, he's really weak. Yeah, I do agree with that, but I think he will improve massively if we get Ruter, because he could hold the ball up, and I think he improves when Bamford. Comes in. Because he's able to hold the ball up, Bamford, and then Aronson's able to run off him. Whereas when you're playing with Rodrigo or Joffy up top, Aronson hasn't really got anything to run off, and he tries to hold it up himself, and he can't really do that because he's not strong enough. So I think Ruter coming in would actually really help Aronson's game as well, because he's able to then hold the ball up, and then Aronson's able to make runs off him into the attacking third, and I think that would actually really help Aronson's game out. Long goal kick then from Cardiff, and Firpost won the header. JB's won the second header. Aronson's won the third header, but it's gone to a Cardiff player. Firpost just come charging out from his position, missed the ball, and now his position is open, and Strauch has managed to block the cross, but only for a Cardiff corner. Going to be a corner then from Cardiff, taken short. Given back to the corner taker and whipped in, far post. Headed across the box again. And Cardiff are trying to get a shot off here, but Leeds are able to carry it away with JB, but it's only gone as far as a Cardiff centre-half. But Leeds are trying to press the goalkeeper here. Goes all the way back to the goalkeeper. Aronson's pressing, but he's able to clear it long, and it's gone all the way out for a throw-in. Rasmus will take this throw in then. Leeds really need to try and get a goal soon if they're going to get back into this game, or especially if they're going to win it. It looks like Max Verber is going to come on in this game. He's got his tracksuit off and he's just in his actual match shirt with a bib on. Looks like Max Verber is going to come on then. Yeah, I think Bamford's going to struggle for fitness now forever, really. I don't see him coming back and being a starting Premier League striker ever again, really, after everything that he's sort of been through. I just don't think he's going to get back to the level he was. And also, I mean, we mentioned it on the final word on Joe Wainman's channel on the Just Joe Football Show. We mentioned how I think that because there was no fans in the stadium, it was not a coincidence that Bamford had his best ever season. I think he struggles when the fans are in there, really. Ball cleared by Cardiff here after Leeds were trying to get into the corner, but Nonto's down still. I think Nonto's down just outside the Cardiff box. It does look like Max Verber is going to be coming on. I don't think there was anything in that that tackle on Nonto. I think it was actually a good... Oh, no, maybe he did kick his foot. Maybe it probably should have been a foul. Yeah, I thought that he'd got the ball then, but he didn't actually touch the ball at all, did he then? Sang against Nonto down there. Rodrigo coming on too. Yeah, I've just seen that. I think the referee's going to allow those players to come on now. I think Aronson maybe would be a good shout to drag here, because I don't think he's going to do anything particularly in this game. I think it's not gone well for him. Rasmus is able to clear the ball long. Free header for a Cardiff defender to get it away, and Sam Greenwood's brought it down, but he's lost the ball. But Leeds have managed to scrap 3 players and try and get the ball back, but it's gone back to a Cardiff player again. Ball down the line, but Diego Llorente is able to cut it out. Gives it down the line to Rasmus. He's done well there, Diego Llorente. Got to give him credit when he does good stuff as well. Good ball from Rasmus into Aronson. Aronson's played the ball into Somerville, and it's just too much on it, and it's gone all the way through to Anik. But it's a lot better. We're creating chances there, but Somerville's ball just has to be better. Aronson's ball just has to be better there. Somerville's onside, and he just puts too much on it. 7,000 fans make the journey to watch this crap. I feel sorry for them. Yeah, I do as well. A miserable, miserable day in Wales, in South Wales as well. So it's even further away. I think it's in South Wales, isn't it? Anyway, JB tries to bring the ball forward again here. He's done well at that today. Apart from the fact he's just given it to a Cardiff player. It's just concentration at times with JB. He carries the ball well. Most of the time he finds his pass, but a lot of the time he will look up, think about the pass he's going to make, and then pass it straight to a Cardiff player. Cardiff cutting inside here, trying to look for a chance to shoot. Sang is about to try and take a shot, but Nonto defends him really well by just nipping in front of him and getting the ball off him. And he's won a throw-in for Leeds as well, Nonto here. Looks like it might be the Leeds substitutions now. Oh no, still not ready. Still not ready. Rodrigo, Drama, and Verber look like they were about to come on then. Nonto tries to give the ball inside to Gelhardt. None of our passes are landing. None of them are. He keeps giving it away. Not just him, but everybody keeps giving the ball away. Excellent ball from JB, and Christensen can't control it. We just need to be able to actually string passes together. Good ball from JB out to the right-hand side, and Christensen's just missed it with his touch completely. So Verber, Drama, and Rodrigo are going to come on for Christensen, JB, and is Verber going to play in holding midfield? Drama's coming on for Somerville. And Drama looks very confused. Foba's just played a nice ball out to the left-hand side, and Aronson's in the box. Oh, Rodrigo's in the box. Verba has a shot and it's blocked. Imagine if he'd have bagged that one 2 seconds after coming onto his debut. Leeds fans getting up for him, though, already having a shot and doing well. I think Verba's playing in holding midfield, you know, so it's not going to be that he's controlling things at the back. He's come on for JB. Nonto now with the ball. A little bit of an injection of impetus here. Leeds are actually trying to go for this now. Tell you what, it wouldn't have been a bad strike either, that Verba strike. He put his foot through it, but the defender was able to block it. Verba's giving it into Aronson here. Aronson back to Verba. Verba crosses it into the box. Excellent ball. Goes all the way to the back post, though, and Drama's able to pick it up. Drama gives it back into Greenwood. Greenwood tries to play it down the line, but his pass was cut out, but it's just managed to keep the ball. And now Leeds have got a corner, and the Leeds fans are getting up for this now. We need to get this goal now. We've got half an hour left. If we can get a goal now, it means that we've got a chance of going and getting another one before full time. But I hope it happens soon because it gives us the best opportunity. Ball coming in then from Greenwood. It's gone to Aronson on the edge of the box, but Cardiff are able to clear long. But it's not gone long. It's only gone straight up in the air. Now it has with a header from the centre-back. But Strauch's able to cut that out. And Aronson's got the ball. Aronson's got the ball. He's going to give it into Greenwood. Greenwood into the box now. He's got a lot of Cardiff players around him. Greenwood's put a ball into the box and there's nobody there. Excellent ball into the box and there's nobody there. Drama tries to win the ball. Verba gets it. Gives it back to Greenwood and Leeds are about to win another corner. Leeds fans are proper getting up for it now. I think they're getting a little bit frustrated as well. Sam Greenwood about to put the ball into the box from another corner. I don't know how many corners we've had today, but it's got to be a lot. Greenwood then to cross this one in. Goes to the near post. Oh! Strauch's headed it. And it's gone inches wide. Inches. Excellent delivery. Strauch's headed it and it's gone so close. Oh, Strauch. 50 P-head strikes again. So close. We just miss sitters on sitters, don't we? And if we scored them, like the chances that we've had, it should be at least 2-2. Like the one where Somerville leant back and put it over the bar, that should have been a goal. And Strauch should have just bagged that one there. Cardiff are making a substitution now. They're bringing on an absolute Jack Grealish wannabe. He looks like a proper Wally. Oof, I hate him already. I don't even know him. Ollie Tanner. I hate him already, but he just looks like a knob. Cardiff have played a ball down the line here, and it's going to go all the way out for a Leeds goal kick. Yeah, Leeds need to be taking advantage of chances like that. That should have been a goal. It definitely should have been 2-1. I should be watching right now Strauch picking the ball out of the net and running back to the halfway line, but instead we've restarted and it's 2-0 still. Lovely ball out to Nonto. Nonto's out on the left-hand side trying to take on his man. Cuts. Oh, Firpo cuts it back. Gives it to... Oh! Greenwood shoots from the edge. Blocked again. Aronson picks it up. He's going to try and give it out to Drama. Leeds really need to get the ball in the back of the net now. Gives it into Woba in the middle. Out wide to Drama. Back to Greenwood. Back to Verba. Back to Llorente. Ollie Spanner. Strout plays a lovely ball out to Nonto. Nonto now trying to come into the box and take on Lang. It's gone out for a Leeds corner, which probably should have been a Cardiff goal kick. I think it was kicked off Nonto, but we've won the corner, so it's taken quickly, taken short. Greenwood now puts it into the box. Yes! Get in! Rodrigo 2-1. That's exactly what we needed. Come on, Leeds. That's exactly what we needed. Come on, Leeds. Rodrigo makes it 2-1. Get in there. Rodrigo's won that header off that corner. Right into the back of the net. Keeper gets a hand to it, but it's just too strong for him. And Leeds are now only trailing by 1 goal. See, I don't mind a short corner if it's like that. If you just give a little 1-2 and then put the ball into the box, it moves all the players around in the middle so they don't know whether they're coming or going. Rodrigo just backs off a few steps and then just heads it in. Excellent goal, 2-1. Verba's tried to play a ball down the line there, but a bit of a miscommunication with his winger. Leeds are all getting up the pitch now. Well, it's not official Leeds Lately merch. It's just something that my girlfriend got me as a Christmas present, just as like a little extra bit. But yeah, as you can see, it's got... That should be the right way around. Yeah, it is. She's got my logo on it for a bottle, so no, they're not on sale, but they're. It's just something for my office. Rodrigo comes with the ball but gives it away on the edge of the box. Cardiff are trying to break here, but Verba does excellently. Flies in with a blocking challenge, and Leeds fans absolutely love that. Yeah, Verba has definitely impacted the game, breaking up plays and helping the build-up. And he's a centre-back / left-back, and he's doing it from holding midfield. I think he's been brilliant. I think he's been absolutely class. And I mean, I talked about him in that video I did the other week, and I said I think I said I wasn't sure that much about him, but the things that I've heard about him, he's a leader, but he's also, from what we've seen today, really good with the ball and excellent at tackling. I mean, I said that I knew he was good at one-on-ones, but yeah, Rodrigo scored again. Really good from him. He just knows where to be at the moment. He's doing excellent. I'm really happy that he's doing that, because we paid a lot of money for him, and not only that, he's had a lot of stick. So I hope this really helps his confidence. This run of scoring that he's on. I think he's been brilliant this season at scoring. I think the introduction of Spanner has helped Leeds get back into this match. Yeah, potentially. I don't think he's really done much. Apparently he was playing non-league. I think Clive Tilsey was saying he was playing non-league last season or something. So he's been picked up by Cardiff and taken to the lofty heights of the lower championship. Max Verba with the ball again then. Plays a ball down the line for Nonto. Oh, is Nonto going to get there? Oh, Nonto's fast, but he's not quite that fast. Good ball, though. It's a good idea. Verba already this season's best defender, Jason, saying, yeah, he's doing well in there. I'm really happy that he's doing well in there. And also, he's doing well in there from as a centre midfielder, and that's not his position. So I think he's done excellently to have such an impact on the game. Well, 20 minutes to go then. 22 minutes to go. And we need 1 goal for at least a draw. Somebody let me know. Do we still have FA Cup replays, or have they changed that now? Well, Greenwood's given the ball away there and then handballed it. Oh, Greenwood wasn't on a yellow card because he's just picked up his first yellow card. Who is the referee? Cardiff versus Leeds FA Cup referee. Well, not from 2002. I don't think that was what I wanted. Is it Jared Gillett? Because he is Australian. Cardiff trying to play it down into the corner. It's with Spanner, but Drama's managed to win the ball off him, and it's gone for a Leeds throw-in. Vobers come in and instantly show the bravery and winning mentality that we so lack. Yeah, a lot of people were getting on to Jesse Marsch about the fact that he keeps saying, excellent touch from Robles there, about the fact that he keeps saying we need to be braver and we need to do this and that, and people saying, well, it's just like management speak, it's just like not business, it's like football jargon. But I think you can see how being braver in those situations by going and winning the ball and just taking that risk to go and win the ball and getting it can have a big impact on things, because it gets people up for it. It gets people running off you thinking that he's going to win it every time he gets near it. And I think that's a good thing that he's provided. Rodrigo and Nonto aren't quite on the same wavelength there, and Rodrigo ends up putting it out of touch. I think it would have been better for Rodrigo to try and put the ball in the box there, to be honest, but he's tried to play it down the line instead, and it's just gone past Nonto and everybody else. Joseph to get a run. Why is he being readied now? Yeah, he is. Yeah, Mateo Joseph to get a run as well. I don't know. I suppose Joffy's not really done much, has he? I was going to say I don't know if it's the best time to bring him on if we need to win, but Gelhardt's not been fantastic, really. He's not done too much, so it probably will be. Joffy going off, I reckon, or Nonto. But I think Joffy's the one that's actually trying to play up front. He's just won an excellent tackle, actually. Lee's playing a nice little bit of interplay. Joffy with the ball again. Little flick from Firpo. Verber's got the ball now. Verbers tries to play it down the line, but it's cut out by a Cardiff player, but Aronson's managed to win it. Leeds have still got the ball here and trying to make something happen, but Cardiff are very tight and defensive there. There's a lot of men back. There's a lot of blue people. There's a lot of blue shirts that we've got to get through to be able to get a goal. Firpo's put it into the box. Joffy's missed it. Greenwood in the box. Greenwood shoots. I don't know if that's a corner or a goal kick. He's just lifted it over the bar there, Greenwood, with power. We definitely have another goal in us. We definitely do. I agree with you there, because we're creating chances left, right and centre here, and we just need to put them in the back of the net. I think if he'd have passed that inside to Aronson there, Aronson probably scores. You've just got to keep your head over the ball. Mateo Joseph has now come on. Gelhardt's come off. Yeah, that is the substitution. Yeah, Greenwood should have bagged there or passed it to Aronson, who probably would have bagged. But just get your head over the ball. The best thing you can do is get your head over the ball and hit it low and hard in that situation. Is that Romain Sawyers I see that gave us that free goal against West Brom in the Prem a couple of years ago? Because if it is, I'd like to thank him. If we equalise, we're going to win. Nobody answered me before. Does it go to a replay, or is it just extra time nowadays? Because of all the fixtures and stuff, I feel like they changed it. Replays still. Right. Good ball there from Strauch. Nonto's now got the ball. Nonto tries to put it in the box, but it's cleared away by Cardiff. You know, I don't think or maybe I have. I was going to say I don't think I've ever been to see an FA Cup game, but I feel like I may have been to one or two, but just when I was a lot younger and I don't really remember them. I feel like we may have played Shrewsbury or something in the FA Cup and I was at that game. Llorente with the ball. Into Strauch. Leeds trying to probe here, trying to create something. Out to Firpo on the left. Firpo into Nunto. Back to Strauch. Not really too much of a way through here at the moment. Verber's playing almost as a centre forward now. Aronson holds onto the ball there after under a challenge. Sometimes you just need to get some players in the box and put it in. Aronson's running through. Aronson's nearly run through everyone and he's been brought down, but it's not been given as a penalty. I don't know if there was anything in that. I only saw it at full speed, but Cardiff are now breaking and Diego Llorente is able to get it all the way back to Robles. I'm not sure on the VAR thing because I think in some of the other games they've had VAR, but I don't know if that's just when it's been Premier League against Premier League, but I'm sure some of the Championship games, I think it might depend on the stadium. If it's at a Premier League stadium, then they'll have VAR, but if not, they won't. Strauch into Greenwood then. Greenwood into Rodrigo. Rodrigo all the way out to Drama. Back into Llorente. Back into Greenwood. Not really a way through here. Verber tries to have a shot and it's blocked and comes straight back to him, so he gives it back to Strauch. Leeds trying to probe here and create something. Rodrigo's got the ball. Oh, tries to play a nice little reverse pass into the path of Firpo, who is running into the box but doesn't quite get the ball to him. Aronson shoots and it goes over everyone, but I think it's a corner. It's a corner there from Aronson. Yeah, I think Rodrigo chips it into Aronson. Aronson takes it on the half term, tries to have a shot, but he's falling as he hits it, and I think it also took a bit of a deflection, so it's gone out for a Leeds corner. With the owner of the blue bus back to the box, please move your vehicle. Yes, that's what it does feel like at the moment, doesn't it? And it does feel like there's just so many players back. Ooh, the corner came in, but Leeds fans are shouting for a handball, but I don't know how much there was in it. Aronson now to take a throw, but it looks like there might be another substitution. It's a Cardiff substitution here. So Ojo is coming off, I think, who scored their second goal. Callum O'Dowda is this? Yeah, Callum O'Dowda is now coming on. I mean, not like I already knew him before they just said his name, but as soon as we got out the Championship, it was for Romain Sawyers. As soon as we got out the Championship, I was like, I just don't pay attention to the Championship anymore because I'm just like, I just don't want to think about that hateful league, which is why it's so terrifying when we come close to getting relegated. But we don't really even have to think about that today because it's FA Cup action. But we are losing to a team at the bottom of the Championship, not directly at the bottom, but near the bottom of the Championship. And we need to avoid embarrassment here by going and getting another goal. Aronson turns his man here, but he's brought down, and I think that probably should have been a free kick, but it wasn't. But Leeds have managed to win the header anyway after the resulting clearance. But it's going to be a throw-in to Cardiff. We've got 13 minutes to go in this game, or just 12 now, just over 12 minutes, plus the added time. We need to get a goal, and fast. Oh, Llorente's just been nutmegged. Cardiff are cutting inside to the box. And was that Verber again? Because that was a bloody excellent challenge. Yeah, it was. That was an unbelievable sliding challenge from Verber to stop, just as the Cardiff player is about to shoot. He's been excellent since he come on. Yeah, it was Verber that took the ball off him on Verber. Excellent, excellent challenge. Maybe Verber's our new midfielder to replace Click rather than a centre-back. Oh, nice little flick from Mateo Joseph. Rodrigo runs into the box. Rodrigo has a shot across the keeper. And the rebound, and it looks like it might be a handball. Penalty! Penalty to Leeds! God, we needed that. Red card, straight red card, because I think Firpo, I think it fell to Firpo on his weak foot to shoot, and it looked like he just whacked it past the post, but apparently they handballed it. Oh, it was going in. It was going in, and he's handballed it wide. I mean, it's a bloody good save, but it's with his hand, so... Oh, you cheating slug. You absolute cheating slug. If we'd have managed to get... if we'd have managed to score that, then it would have been so much easier. Oh, no, 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 no. Why's Firpo got the ball in his hand? He's not taking the penalty. Sorry, please don't. It was a miracle that that was on target. If this doesn't go in, Rodrigo's going to take this penalty now. If this doesn't go in, then that player is such a cheating slug. Well, he is anyway by handballing that, because that was going to be a perfectly good goal. Yeah, Firpo's just keeping the ball warm. Come on, Leeds. Come on. We can go on and win this if we score now. I shouldn't have said that because we're going to bloody miss now. Come on, Rodrigo. Come on, Rodders. You've been so good this season. Come on. Saved. Cheating slugs. Cheating horrible slugs. Bloody hell. Keeper's height. He put it mid-height, keeper's height, pretty straight down the middle, and the keeper's able to save it. Now we've got it all to do again, and they've got one less man, but we've only got 10 minutes to score. We've just got a penalty, perfect opportunity. But it should have gone in the first place if they didn't cheat. That's horrendous, though, isn't it? The fact that you can just cheat, you can just blatantly cheat like that, and you can get, and like, obviously he's had a red card, but now Cardiff have not conceded when it was literally going in and he's handballed it. That's horrendous. Cheating slug. I don't even know what his name was. Joel Bagan. You're a cheating slug, Joel Bagan. Nunto now tries to carry the ball out for Leeds. He's cut inside on the halfway line, gives it into Sam Greenwood, but he's been wiped out. Sam Greenwood now plays the ball, tries to play it long, but it's headed away, but Drama's able to pick it up anyway. Llorente's got the ball. Don't kick it out, just play. We haven't got time for this. Nunto's now down still, holding his ankle. I'm sorry, Nunto, but those are the smallest shin pads I've ever seen. I know you're a small bloke, but... Come on, let's get another red card for Cardiff. We had a chance to score then. Yeah, but the thing is, that really annoys me because it should never have been a penalty in the first place. He cheated to save it with his hand. Oh, it's so frustrating, isn't it? You got a chance to get back into the game and equalise in the 80th minute, and you've missed the bloody penalty. But we shouldn't have. It should have been a goal if they didn't cheat. Now Mateo Joseph is being thrown on. Mateo Joseph's already on. Sonny Perkins is about to be thrown on as well. I don't know who for. Probably Nunto, I would suspect. But at least Sonny Perkins has got a bit of height up there. I think Nonto's a bit fuming with that tackle, to be honest. Looks like Sonny Perkins is going to be coming on for Nonto, but not quite yet, because I think the play's just about to restart now. Cardiff have given the ball back to Leeds, but that Spanner bloke has thrown it as hard as he could down the line, so Llorente had to go and get it. It looks like we've gone to a back three, and Verber's in there now as the left centre-back of that back three, and Strauch's the central one. Jason's saying good player, Perkins might turn things, hopefully. He's got a bit of height about him as well, which is always good, especially when you're trying to put balls into the box late on in games. Drama with the ball now. Gives it back to Llorente, into Verber again. Verber's going to try and play it out wide. Oh no, Nonto's still on here. Nonto's got the ball. Up against Ojo. Cuts inside. Strikes it, but hits a Cardiff defender. But it's gone out for a Leeds throw-in after they've cleared here. But it looks like Sonny Perkins is now going to come on. Michael's saying, regardless of the end result of any game, I don't really enjoy watching us play anymore. Yeah, it's so frustrating because I'd be able to split it up into enjoying about half of our game. Like, on a single game, I'll enjoy about half of it and really not enjoy the other half of it. Whereas I used to try and enjoy the whole 90 minutes. Because that first 25 minutes, I was really enjoying it. And when we were attacking late on, in this game, we've been attacking loads and I've enjoyed that as well, but it's the bits in between where we make the stupid mistakes and we fall apart, we can't string a pass together. Those are the bits where I get really frustrated and it's not fun to watch. Cardiff making 2 more substitutions here. Oh, it's Aronson coming off for Perkins, not Nonto. So Nonto's going to stay on. Aronson's going to come off. And Sonny Perkins is going to get the last sort of 4 or 5 minutes here. Looks like Leeds are going to go out of the FA Cup again. Again in the 3rd round. Sonny Perkins on then. Bit of height up front. Hopefully he can bag. Ball out to Drama then from Greenwood. Drama comes inside and has a look. Gives it into Strauch. Strauch's going to try and find Firpo. Firpo's going to give it out to Nonto. Nonto puts a ball into the box and it's cleared by Cardiff, but only as far as Pascal Strauch, who's able to give it back to, or was nearly able to give it back to Diego Llorente until he was tripped by Spanner, and it's gone back to Joel Robles. Great ball from Greenwood into the box. Perkins keeps it in! Mateo Joseph has missed from about a yard. He was onside, Rodrigo. He puts an excellent ball across, and Mateo Joseph has just spooned it up over the bar. You don't need to put a lot of power on that finish. That's the sort of finish where it's hit with such pace into you. You don't need to put a lot of power on it. You just need to get a side foot, a little flick, and it will go in. You just sort of need to guide it rather than whack it. And he's tried to hit it so hard there that it's just flown over. It's already had a lot of momentum on it. Long ball from Cardiff's gone all the way through to Robles, who's able to pick it up and throw the ball back out to Llorente. Come on, Leeds. We can get an equaliser here. We've only got 2 minutes now. Despite the penalty miss, Rodrigo being very influential. Yeah, it makes a difference with that experience that he's got and the quality that he has on the ball to actually get back into a game, doesn't it? Apparently, Andy Rinomota has won man of the match, and I've not even heard his name once or seen him do anything. Yeah, we've missed 3 sitters. It really could have been 4 too. Drama tries to play it down the line for... Oh yeah, forgot last season Drama was on loan at Cardiff. I completely forgot about that. Drama with the ball, gives it inside. Now Strauch has it, gives it out to Firpo. Firpo's going to turn and probably find Nonto here. He doesn't. He tries to give it into Verba. Eventually it does make its way to Nonto. Nonto cuts inside, gives it into Sonny Perkins, who gives it out again to Verba. Verba's going to try and get the ball in the box, which he does, but it's cleared away by Cardiff. Only as far as Strauch is able to get it down to Greenwood. Greenwood chips it over to Drama on the right-hand side, crosses it in, headed away by Cardiff again, but Leeds are trying to sustain this pressure here. Greenwood with the ball still. Gives it into Llorente. Out to Strauch. Strauch into Voba. Nonto now with the ball. Gives it into Verba again. Verba's running into the box. Tries to have a shot. It's blocked again. But the block has gone all the way to Spanner, and now Spanner's trying to run through. It's 1-on-2 for the Cardiff on this counter-attack. But Sam Greenwood's got a player beyond him that's trying to make that run. Drama does really well to get back and gets that there and doesn't get a foul against him when it should really have been. Now it's a foul. Rafinha was Leeds' top scorer last season with 11 goals. Rodrigo's already on 10 goals. The way he's heading, it could be closer to 20 goals by the end of the season. I was saying this the other day in the West Ham watch-along that he was on 9 at the time before I said that. And I said if he scores another 9, 18 goals in the Premier League is not a bad return. You'd be up there for the Golden Boot. Obviously not this season because of Haaland, but in previous seasons you'd be up there for the Golden Boot with around 20 goals. So, yeah, Rodrigo's done really well this season. But he should have scored that penalty. And we shouldn't have had to have a penalty in the first place because they shouldn't have cheated, so... Leeds have won a free kick just outside their own box here. We've got 5 minutes added time. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll do what I usually do now, and I'll restart the timer so you can see. Oh, screw it, I can't do it. We've got 5 minutes at a time and we're 1 minute into it. Verba wins the header in midfield, but it's cleared long. If Leeds lose, it won't define the season. The key is staying in the Premiership. A win at Aston Villa on Friday will give the team a boost and put this result back. Yeah, totally. Like this, in the grand scheme of things, our Premier League status is the most important thing. Firpo coming in, crosses it into the box. It's dropping for Drama. Drama tries to get it down. Greenwood shoots. It's blocked again. But Llorente has won it, and it's now gone out to Nonto. Nonto's now giving it into Llorente again. Llorente into Greenwood. Drama's now with the ball. Drama plays it down the line to Greenwood. Greenwood's going to try and put it in the box. It's a good ball in. It's brought down by Nonto. He has a shot, but it's blocked again. I'm sick of saying it. Crosses into the box, blocked again. Now Greenwood tries to whip it in with his weak foot. Drops. Oh, Rodrigo flicks it over, but it doesn't quite get to the man he wanted it to. Nonto now getting into the box. Cuts it down. Flick. Yes! Yes! Sonny Perkins! Sonny Perkins has equalised for Leeds. Sonny Perkins has equalised for Leeds United in the 93rd minute. Yeah, what a time for his first Leeds goal. What a time. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. That couldn't have been offside, that first one, because no Leeds player went anywhere near it. Then Nonto comes into the box, cuts it across. Oh, yeah, he's onside because of... the player that was sliding out of play at the far side. The player that tried to block Nonto's cross was behind the goalkeeper, so he then became the last man, and the goalkeeper would have been the person who was playing him onside. So it was definitely onside. Wait, was it Mateo Joseph who scored? I don't know. They were focusing on him a lot there, and he seemed to be celebrating on his own. 2-2 then, in the 94th minute. Nonto's trying to get out to the ball, but Mateo Joseph has got there first, and it's going to be a Cardiff throw on the halfway line. Yeah, Jesse's sat on an ice box. He looks knackered. We always do it the hard way, Mark's saying. Yeah, totally. We always do. Yeah, Joseph flicked it, and then Perkins got on the end of it. Well done, Sonny. How is it a Cardiff player has man of the match? That's what I was saying. They give it to Rhino Boy or something. I can't remember what his name is, but I literally haven't heard his name from the commentators, and I don't know what he's done to warrant that. But Leeds are on the break again here. Drama plays the ball into Rodrigo. Rodrigo manages to keep it and give it back to Drama again. Drama with the ball is headed away again by Cardiff. Voba's come in with another challenge, but this time it's given as a free kick. Yeah, Verba's won a yellow card. Well, won. He got a yellow card there. It's just a bit of a hefty challenge. He didn't get anywhere near the ball and whacks into his man, but that's what you kind of need to break it up when they're trying to counter-attack. I think JB did really well in the first half, and Verba's come on and replaced him and done really well in the second half. Like, for me, Verba's only played half a game, but he's probably been man of the match for me, or Rodrigo. We're Leeds. Leeds fans in full voice now. Oh, Verba's been brilliant. But he's not even playing in his correct position. He's playing at holding midfielder, but he's been breaking up the play. It's full time. Replay. It's gonna be an FA Cup replay for this fixture then. So 2-2. Sonny Perkins scored the equaliser right at the end. We should have already been on level terms after Slug Boy, what's his name, Bagan, cheated to handball it, which is genuinely actually cheating. That's why he got a red card. But that would have gone in, and obviously didn't because of that. But Verba has been excellent in this game. I really, really rate him, and he's come on in a position that's not even his natural position as well. So really, really good. Didn't need a replay, to be honest. I just hope Marsh puts out a stronger team. Yeah, potentially. Like, we've got enough squad depth. I mean, by the time we play that replay, we might have Ruta and Unahi as well that we've been linked with. So, I mean, you never know. Oh yeah, VAR is in play for the replay as well. So that penalty might have been retaken because I think the goalkeeper was off his line. But yeah, I think we played really well in patches of that game. But in other bits, it wasn't good enough. Firpo got through the whole game without getting a yellow card or howler. There was only one bad thing that he did, and that was charge out of his own half. He charged out of his own half, tried to win the ball, and then they played it into the space that he just vacated, and he didn't get anywhere near it, which was like, what are you doing? But other than that, Firpo did quite well in attacking positions. But the thing is, Firpo was good because we were against a team that was sitting back and not really trying to attack that much. So he was able to play as more of a winger than a defender, and obviously that means that he's not really having to defend all too much. So I think he's good. Martin saying thanks for getting me through that. What is it with Leeds? Yeah, I know. It's just the Leeds way, isn't it? I mean, if we'd have scored that Firpo goal, then the Perkins goal is a winner. But the fact that they cheated is really wound me up. It's like what Suarez did against Ghana in the World Cup in 2014. And then they went and missed a penalty as well. So Yeah, I'm a bit annoyed about that, but not sure on Ruta for the amount quoted. Might as well get Danny Ings, proven Premier. I don't think Danny Ings is available, though, to be honest, and he's a lot older. The other thing is about Ruta. I know in my video I said around £35 million because that was what was quoted originally, but I think Leeds have bid 27. Leeds have bid 30 million euros. Let me just check what that is in pounds. So that's actually 26 million pounds, 30 million euros. So that's not actually anywhere near as bad. That's like Brendan Aronson money and Rodrigo money. So that's not as bad, really, given the potential that he has. That could be doubled or tripled in a couple of years' time. So I think it's worth doing. And yeah, like Rob's saying, strikers do go for a premium. And I think from the stuff that I've seen of him, he's been excellent. You'd rather not lose Drama. Yeah, he does look decent when Drama came on. I thought he was better than Rasmus in this game, and I think it suited him more because he's better at going forward, and he was a good attacking player who was creating space and overlaps and stuff to try and get the ball in the box. So I think he did really well when he was doing that. Firpo has found his level championship relegation opponents. Yeah, fair enough. Very impressed with Nonto and Rodrigo in the second half. Yeah, Nonto seems to be one of those players who, although I don't want to not curse it, but I don't want to jinx it here, he seems to be one of those players who can take a lot of hits and carry on playing. I'm not comparing Nonto to Messi for 1 second, but if you look at the likes of Messi, he's small frame, he's short in height, and he gets whacked and hit all the time, but he never really seems to be injured. So some players are just built to get whacked, get up, and just carry on playing. And Nonto's done that well today. Rodrigo and Verba changed the game for me. It's between them for who's my man of the match. But I thought, yeah, we were really good when we came on and did that. If you enjoyed the stream, please hit that like button. There's 33 people in here and only 23 likes. Let's see if we can try and get that to 30 because it really helps me out. But if you did enjoy it, hit that subscribe button if you're not already. Thank you for everybody who has been in the chat the whole time, keeping me company throughout this game. Thank you for joining me. If you haven't already, go and check out my video on Jorginho Ruta, because I think you'll really enjoy that one. A tactical breakdown of how he fits into the system at Leeds United. So I think you'll really enjoy that one. And if you want to hear me talk about Verba as well and the general defensive issues at Leeds at the moment, there's a video from a few days ago about that as well. Thanks for watching this one. There'll be plenty more content coming in the future. Thanks for watching. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time on Leeds Lately.